Welcome back. Now, September is Hunger Action Month. Yesterday, I took a closer look at how climate change affects food availability at a global and local level. Climate change is one of the many factors that drive food insecurity, with shifting conditions and extreme weather events disrupting agricultural productivity.
As everybody knows, we have been having these unreasonably warm periods of time.
Alan Journay is the co-founder of Southern Oregon Climate Action Now, a nonprofit that seeks to address the consequences of climate change. When it comes to agriculture, Journay says climate change brings hotter growing seasons and drier conditions that affect water availability.
In this region, we're going to be experiencing more and more of a difficulty in terms of summer-fall temperature, growing season temperature.
Journay says climate change also causes rain at higher elevations, preventing the growth of a vital snowpack. Here in our region, we depend on high-altitude snowpack as a reservoir for irrigation water. Consequently, this means less snowmelt is available for farmers to use as irrigation water later in the spring and summer.
The amount of irrigation water that's available to us is depleting, and that's going to make agricultural activities more and more difficult as we go forward.
As temperatures rise, this brings more risk for extreme weather events like drought, heat waves, and wildfires. The same is true here in the Rogue Valley.
You know, like we had that heat wave this summer. It was like 108 and up to 113.
Chris Jagger is a farmer at Blue Fox Farms in the Applegate, which partners with local food pantries. Jagger, whose farm has been here for over 20 years, says he's seen climatic shifts happen over time and had to adapt as a result.
And the biggest things that we've had to do is select certain crops that are grown in different times of the year. Things that we used to be able to carry longer through the spring, now we cut off sooner because they don't like the heat.
Farmers have to plan months ahead of time, and Jagger says some crops don't make it through the summer heat.
No, it's mostly heat is what we have because it doesn't rain here in the summer. So everything that we do is dependent on our irrigation that we have access to. And luckily, we have some of the best water access in all of Southern Oregon, coming off of the Applegate River through water rights. And so that is something that we can adjust over time. But really, it's just watching the crops and what they need.
With hotter temperatures causing drier soil and vegetation, this makes the threat for destructive wildfires more likely.
I think the wildfires honestly have been the biggest challenge that we've seen come into play since I've been farming here. Just every summer you just know that once smoke season starts, it can affect your crops a lot. Luckily, in the last several years, I think the fire crews have really been on it, and it's been awesome that we just haven't had the same continued days of smoke like we did, say, 4, 5, 6 years ago.
Jagger says it's important for farmers to be prepared, monitor soil health, and plant a variety of crops to compensate for any lost yield. Jagger says, quite simply, a good farmer is one who adapts. In Jackson County, Natalie Cerna, NBC5 News. And Alan Journay says that regenerative agriculture that helps restore soil moisture can help combat this issue, but undoubtedly food supply has been and continues to be impacted by rising global temperatures.